Everyone is talking about peptides, retatrutide, GHKCU, NAD+, but no one is really showing you step by step how to build a profitable business in this billion-dollar gold rush. Well, I'm here to change that. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 ways to make money with peptides. Before I jump in, let me give you a quick bit of background on who I am and why I'm qualified to talk about this. My name is Logan, and I'm the founder of a company called Medivation. We operate at every single point of the peptide supply chain, from raw materials, API, all the way through finished goods. I work with licensed medical professionals, and I also work with people who have 0 credentials in this space. In the past few years, I've onboarded over 1,000 clients. I've built a multi-million-dollar business in this industry myself, and I've been in the trenches long enough to understand exactly what works and what doesn't. So when I tell you there's real money to be made here, I'm not theorizing, I'm speaking from experience. The first way to make money with peptides is starting a research peptide company. And here's what you need to make that happen: an LLC, a website, a supplier, a payment processor, and a 3PL for order fulfillment. Let me walk you through each one of these. First, you need an LLC or some sort of legal entity that is completely separate from you as an individual. Now sure, if you're running a really small operation just selling research peptides to a few friends or family members, you might be able to get away without one. You could run transactions through Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle, but the reality is, if you go down that route, you are most likely going to get shut down at some point. And that's because you don't have the proper infrastructure in place to protect yourself or your business. If you need help setting up an LLC, check out the description of this video. You will see a link to a company that can help you set one up. The second thing you need is a website. The go-to option for most research peptide companies is WooCommerce, and there's a reason why this is the industry standard. WooCommerce is built on WordPress, which means you have full ownership of your store and your data. You're not locked into a proprietary platform, and you're not paying a monthly subscription just to keep your doors open. It's also highly customizable. You can start with a simple, clean, straightforward storefront, and as your business grows, you can build it out with more advanced features. WooCommerce also plays well with payment processors that actually work in this space. And because it's the most widely used e-commerce platform in the world, finding developers, themes, and support is easy and affordable. So bottom line, WooCommerce is the default choice for a reason. It's reliable, flexible, and cost-effective. When you're starting out, it's really a no-brainer. The third thing you need is a supplier, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. When it comes to sourcing peptides, you really have 2 options. You can source product manufactured in China, or you can source product manufactured in the USA. Look, both have their place and both have their trade-offs. Chinese manufacturers generally offer lower price points, which can be attractive when you're starting out and you're trying to keep your costs down. US manufactured product, on the other hand, carries much more credibility with customers, there's easier logistics, and for many brands, it's a core part of their identity and marketing. The option you choose will depend on your budget, your target customer, and how you want to position your brand in the market. Now, here's another way that I can help you. I have established relationships with both Chinese and US suppliers. So when you work with me through Medivation, I can get you plugged in with exactly what you need, whether that's competitive pricing on Chinese manufactured peptides or a domestic source for US made product. You don't have to spend months vetting suppliers, getting burnt on bad batches, or figuring out import logistics on your own. That groundwork is already done. The fourth thing you need is a payment processor. And I'm going to be straightforward with you here because this is where most people hit a wall. Getting traditional payment processing for a startup RUO company is nearly impossible. I know this firsthand because I have dozens of people coming to me every single week asking for help with this exact problem. Banks view research peptide sales as high risk, and beyond just that classification, there are potential regulatory penalties for banks that process RUO transactions. So that's why most banks won't touch RUO. Now, the good news is we do have a solution. We offer a unique Crypto-USD payment processing option that completely sidesteps the traditional banking system. Here's how it works. When a customer goes to purchase a peptide on your site, they convert their USD into a stablecoin. That stablecoin is then used to complete the purchase. The entire transaction happens on the blockchain, which is outside of the traditional banking rails, and the benefits are significant. A flat 10% fee, no reserves, and no chargebacks. For a startup in this space, that's amazing. No frozen funds, no reserve holds eating into your cash flow, and no chargebacks threatening your account. So if payment processing is the thing that's been holding you back, I've got you covered. The fifth thing you need to figure out is how you're going to get your product to your customers, and you have two options here. The first is fulfilling orders yourself. You purchase inventory, you store it, pack it, and ship it out on your own. Now, this can work when you're just getting started and volume is low, but as your orders grow, it becomes time-consuming very fast, and your time is better spent building your business, not packing boxes. The second option is working with a 3PL, a third-party logistics center. A 3PL stores your inventory, picks and packs your orders, and ships them out on your behalf. You send them your product, your inventory, and they really handle the rest. It's a cleaner operation, it scales with you, and it frees you up to focus on sales and growth. For most people serious about building a real brand, the 3PL route is the better move. Now, I can introduce you to a credible 3PL that already understands this space. You're not going to have to worry about explaining what you're selling, and you're not going to have to worry about them dropping you down the road. So let's quickly recap everything that you need to launch your own research peptide company. Number 1, an LLC. Protect yourself and your business with a proper legal entity. Number 2, a website. Built on WooCommerce, fully owned by you and ready to take orders. Number 3, a supplier. Whether you want overseas or domestic product, I can connect you with the right source. Number 4, a payment processor. Our Crypto-USD solution gives you a clean, reliable way to collect payments outside of the traditional banking system. And number 5, fulfillment. Whether you handle it yourself or plug into a 3PL, you need a system in place to get product out the door. And that's really about it. Those are the 5 things you need to get a research peptide company off the ground. Margins in the RUO space are very strong. Product costs are low relative to retail pricing, which means even at moderate volume, you're looking at a genuinely profitable business. The brands that scale the fastest are the ones that nail their marketing early and build a loyal repeat customer base. Now, peptide customers are not typically one and done buyers. When they find a brand they trust, they typically come back. That repeat business is where the real money is made. All right, so that's option 1. Now let's get into option 2. And I want to be clear, this is a completely different business model. Different customer, different product, different infrastructure. So even if option 1 didn't feel like a right fit, pay attention here because this one might change your mind. The second way to make money with peptides is by launching your own white-labeled telemedicine platform. Now, I actually did a full deep dive on how the telemedicine business model works in a previous video on my channel. So if you want that complete breakdown, definitely go watch that after you finish this video. It's worth your time. But here's the key difference between option 1 and option 2. With a research peptide company, you're selling chemicals for research use only, not for human consumption. With a telemedicine platform, you're selling medications, legally prescribed, pharmacy-fulfilled medications. Here's how it works. A customer lands on your website. They go through a doctor consultation. A prescription gets written, and a pharmacy ships the medication directly to the customer. Now, the easy way to launch a telemedicine company, especially if you don't have a medical background, is by plugging into an existing B2B telemedicine partner. What that means is they provide you with the doctor network and the entire technology stack. You don't have to hire doctors, you don't have to manage doctors, and you don't have to build any sophisticated technology from scratch. What we do is help you build out a front-end website, a branded online storefront that feels like your own company, and everything on the back end is handled for you. So at the end of the day, you're essentially a marketer. You have a service agreement with a doctor network, and you can just focus on driving customers to your platform. That's it. We give you deep discounted pricing on medications, and you turn around and list those same medications on your website at a retail price. The difference between what you pay and what your customer pays is your margin. That's your profit. And because you're operating through a legitimate telemedicine model with real doctor consultations and real pharmacy fulfillment, you're building a real business with recurring customers, not just one-time transactions. Now, some of you may be thinking, I don't have a medical background. Can I really do this? The answer is yes. That's the whole point of the white label model. You don't need a medical background. You don't need to know how to prescribe anything because you're not the one practicing medicine. You're running a marketing and customer acquisition operation. The medical side is handled by our partner network. If you can drive traffic and convert customers, you can run this business. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Most B2B telemedicine networks are very conservative. The doctors only prescribe a small, safe list of peptides like semaglutide, tirzepatide, NAD+, and sermorelin. That's really about it. They don't typically go much further than that. But my B2B telemedicine partner is different. Yes, they offer your standard peptides, but they also offer the specialty peptides that it seems like everyone is looking for but struggling to find access to through a legitimate medical channel. This is not common. Most doctor networks won't go near this territory, but working with us, you get access to a much broader formulary than what you'll find anywhere else. And that is a serious competitive advantage when you're trying to build a telemedicine brand that stands out. Okay, that's option 2. Now we're on to option 3. And this one is for the people who heard the first 2 options and thought, this sounds great, but I'm not ready to build a company yet. This path requires zero startup capital, and you can be up and running faster than you think. The third way to make money with peptides is by becoming an affiliate. And honestly, for a lot of people, this is the best place to start. Being an affiliate means you don't have to worry about startup costs. No inventory, no overhead, no suppliers, no payment processors, no fulfillment headaches, none of that. All you do is refer people to purchase and you make commissions. That's it. And here's the part that I really want you to hear because it surprises people every time. My top B2B affiliates are earning residual commissions on medical practices that spend thousands of dollars on peptides every single month. This is not a situation where you're grinding to make $50 here, $100 there. When you're locking in accounts that reorder consistently, the commissions stack up fast. Now, there are a few different ways that you can do this, so let me break them down. The first option is becoming an affiliate with my company. Here at Medivation, we teach you how to sell peptides directly to medical practices. Think med spas, weight loss clinics, TRT clinics, and more. And here's why this is such a powerful opportunity. Medical practices don't buy one unit at a time. They buy in bulk and they buy consistently. That means you're not chasing one-off sales. You're building residual commissions on accounts that reorder month after month. Now, to help you get there, I built an entire academy around this. It covers the exact strategies that I personally use to build a multi-million-dollar B2B peptide business. You'll see the suppliers we use, the outreach emails that I send to medical practices to get them interested. Literally, the entire playbook is laid out for you step by step. And here's what makes this model even better. We run a setter-closer system. Your job is to generate a lead and get an appointment on the calendar. Once that's done, our team takes over. We handle the presentation, the close, and the onboarding. You stay in your zone, we stay in ours, and together we make money. Look, you don't have to be a salesperson, you just have to be able to start a conversation. And the second option is becoming an affiliate for a research peptide company. Because of my connections in this industry, I know the best RUO companies that have quality product and operate the right way. I can get you set up as an affiliate with a coded link, so anytime someone you refer makes a purchase, you get paid. It's really that simple. This is a great option if you have an audience, a social media following, a newsletter, a YouTube channel, a podcast, anything where you're regularly talking to people who might be interested in research peptides. Look, you don't need a huge audience, you just need the right audience. The third option is becoming an affiliate for a telemedicine platform. Same concept. I have relationships with owners of multiple telemedicine companies, and each has their own commission structure for referred customers. I can get you plugged in within an affiliate account, and every time one of your referred customers makes a purchase through the Telemed platform, you earn a commission. So to summarize the affiliate path, there's no startup costs, no inventory, and no overhead. Just referrals and commissions. Now, I want to keep it real because I think being honest here is more valuable than just telling you what you want to hear. Option 1, the research peptide company, is definitely not for you if you're looking for a completely passive income stream with no effort involved. You're building a business. This means marketing, customer service, managing inventory, and putting in the work, especially in the early days. The upside is significant, but it requires real commitment. Option 2, the telemedicine platform. This is not for you if you have no interest in marketing and customer acquisition. The back end is handled, but you still need to drive traffic and convert customers. If you're not willing to learn how to do that, this model won't work for you either. And the affiliate path, option 3, is not for you if you're expecting to post a link and retire. The people that win as affiliates are consistent. They do what I teach in the Peptide Profit Academy. They follow the system, they put in the reps, and the results follow. Let me show you a quick case study. Hudson, who's a full-time college student, tapped into my academy, and here's what happened.
So I saw you on Instagram and I hit you up one day and then you introduced me to the program.
The idea of the academy is let's give everyone this base framework to work off of, but it's not
Mhm.
the end all be all. Most of the learning is in the doing. Give me your feedback now that you've been through the whole process from start to finish, from like watching someone get interested to them signing up and placing orders.
Oh, I loved it. It became like muscle memory almost, like the first part, reaching out to you like, hey, what's the next step here? And then you would tell me, and then I would say that you got to walk before you can run, right? So
You got someone interested, and then you would come consult with me and say, hey, Logan, how do you think I should respond here? I was there every step of the way. Essentially, I would speak through you. And
mhm,
as you do it enough times, then all of a sudden, the way that I would respond, you know how to respond. And then that becomes your response, right?
it really becomes like a process, four-step process.
So now let's talk about present day, right? You have multiple clinics that are placing orders, right?
Yeah, it's daily orders and multiple daily orders, which has been awesome.
Have you ever made money online before joining the Peptide Profit Academy, or was this your first real venture in the internet world?
I tried like all the stuff you see online, like some of the drop shipping stuff and all the other stuff like that, but I just didn't really click with it as much as I did with the peptide stuff.
How much money have you spent being a part of this community?
Zero.
Zero. You've invested your time and energy into the business. Now the business pays you. You get paid even when you don't work, right?
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
You're in class. And
Mhm.
some of those notifications that like you just got paid are hitting while you're in class learning about a completely different subject, right?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I think I hit you guys up when I think the biggest order that I'd ever gotten, and I hit you guys up and I was like in my finance class right now, learning nothing about this. LOL.
What do you have to say to people that are interested in taking action, but maybe they're on the fence?
I would just try it because I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about sales before I got into this, and now I feel like I could sell like literally anything.
All right, now before you click out of this video, I want to help you figure out which of these three options actually makes sense for you. If you have startup capital, you're entrepreneurial, and you want to build a brand and a real asset, option one, the research peptide company, is worth serious consideration. Yes, it requires the most upfront work, but the upside is significant when you own everything you build. If you want more of a turnkey business model, you're comfortable with marketing and customer acquisition, and you want to sell legitimate medications without managing the medical side, option two, the white label telemedicine platform, is probably your lane. And if you want to start generating income as fast as possible with zero upfront investment, option three, the affiliate path, is where you should start. Now look, there's no wrong answer here. It comes down to where you're at, what resources you have, and how you want to spend your time. The peptide industry is growing fast. And with growth comes more competition, more regulation, and a market that gets harder to enter the longer you wait. Now, I'm not saying this to pressure you. I'm saying this because it's true, and because people who act on opportunities like this early are the ones who look back a year from now and say, you know what, I made the right call. The window of opportunity is open, but like all windows, eventually they close. So now you have a clear picture of the three different ways that you can make money with peptides. Starting a research peptide company, launching a white label telemedicine platform, or becoming an affiliate. Three different paths, three different levels of involvement, but all three are real legitimate opportunities in one of the fastest growing industries. Now, if any of this resonated with you and you're ready to take the next step, here's what you need to do. Head down to the description of this video and click the link to my site. That's where you can learn more about starting a peptide business, and you will see an option to book a call directly with me. And in closing, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video valuable, do me a favor and smash the like button. And if you have any questions, drop a comment below this video, and I'll get back to each and every one of you.